listen, I gotta get this out. Um, and for a long time, I felt like this. I've actually even struggled with how I feel about the sport of boxing, but after I gave this some more thought, it's not the sport of boxing that I have a problem with. I have a problem with the way that we mismanage the sport, mishandle athletes, and we put health on the back burner. Um, we put financial gain and entertainment ahead of basic human value and the value of human lives and health. I'm seeing legends, man, and you got guys all over social media who get a kick out of it. They laugh and joke about seeing legendary fighters doing interviews and they're punch drunk. It's not funny. I'm seeing boxers killed in the ring, boxers injured so bad that they don't recover when they leave the ring, going in comas, some of them dying. I'm seeing young athletes doing 100, 200, 300 amateur fights and they barn burner fights, and they're punch drunk before they're 30 years old. And some of these guys, their careers are over by the time they hit the pros because, I mean, they're shot worn already as kids. Man, we gotta do better. I'm seeing fighters get beat almost to death in the ring because the referee won't stop the fight on time. And we've seen that far, I'm not even gonna say too many times. This should never happen, period. But we see it a lot. And man, it's gotta stop. A referee knows when a guy's had enough. Man, all this Neanderthal tough guy stuff. Yeah, some people like that for entertainment, and I used to as well, until I started understanding the health aspect of all this. Me being in the fitness industry and training and understanding more about medicine as I do more and more research and learn, I'm starting to see things a whole lot differently. So I was like a lot of other people. I just wanted to see guys go out there and bang. I was one of those who at one time years ago, I didn't understand technical style and defensive genius in the ring. I wanted to see guys go out there and bang, and I was a tough guy. I'm from the streets of Baltimore. I'm a Marine. So all that tough guy stuff was ingrained in me, but now I'm seeing things differently. We got to be smarter, protect the health of fighters, especially these young fighters who they can't speak up for themselves because they just don't have the education to even know what's going on. You got a lot of guys that are turning to boxing because there are other aspirations in other sports that are falling apart. You got some guys that turn to boxing because they want to put food on the table, and turning pro and getting fights, they can do that to an extent. And some of them even go far and become great world champions and things like that. But at the end of the day, man, this thing with concussions, brain injury, CTE, the education's there. The evidence is there. We got guys passing on and they're donating their brains to science, and we're seeing the signs of what we've been doing for all this time. Now, I'm not going to name names, but we have some legendary fighters who, any of you who follow boxing, you know what I'm talking about. They shouldn't have been in the situations that they were in had we had the education. But then you got to protect the fighter from themselves sometimes, because now with the education there, we still have fighters who want to take the risk for the financial gain and just hope they don't turn out like that. And some of them really don't care. But when you're in a position of leadership in the sport, there's some things you can do to protect fighters from themselves. And I'm hoping that the leadership in our sport will start doing that. I'm hoping that the coaches at the gyms will start doing that. Don't let your fighters spar all week long, swinging for the fences and banging on each other's heads all week long. That's senseless. You got guys that are going into the ring getting knocked out in the first round, not because they got caught with a good shot. It's because they're already punch drunk and their brains is swollen by the time they even get to the fight, because irresponsible trainers have allowed them to spar full on all week long and getting punched in the head all week long. You got guys that are getting dazed and dinged and knocked out in training. This is ridiculous. We got to do better. The education's there now. It's no excuse. Let's fix this stuff. Let's preserve the sport. Make it safer, more fun for the athletes, for everybody. We got to do better, and we can. Peace.